How long have you been doing Etsy and what do you actually do on Etsy?
So I've been doing Etsy now. Well, to be honest, I knew about the platform for about 5 years, but I've been doing Etsy, selling on it properly for like 4 years. So there's a bit of a story to it. So obviously we were on about like business partners and stuff like that, which we'll talk about later on in the podcast. But my friend was actually selling on Etsy quite a bit, and it got to a point where he was selling like really well, like he was doing like 1k days. His account got suspended, so he messaged me and he was like, "Oh, can I set up an account in your name
Really?
and all this?" So I was like, "Yeah, of course you can." He set it up, and then eventually I just kind of started working on it as well. So like we were working on like a POD shop, but he already had all the printers available, so we were literally doing everything in-house. So we were printing everything, so the margins were a lot better than if you did it with like Printify websites, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started doing that, and then we just ended up becoming partners in general. So all the stuff that he does now is like the physical side, and then I'll focus on like Shopify. Well, I will be focusing on Shopify eventually, but mostly Etsy at the moment.
So how does POD work? Explain it to someone that literally has like no idea what POD is.
So POD, from the basics of it, is you'd create a mock-up of a design, you'd list it on Etsy, for example, like pick a certain niche, they'd buy the design or buy the t-shirt that they're buying, choose the size and stuff like that, and then obviously we would buy in the t-shirt if we haven't already got the stock and print it on like vinyl. There's obviously different ways you can print stuff. We were using vinyl to begin with, so we had like a vinyl cutter, like a rolling vinyl cutter. So yeah, we were doing it that way. So we were cutting everything, cutting the design out, heat pressing it down, shipping it out to the customer.
Yeah. Do you mainly focus on kind of vinyl stuff, or do you like kind of the more traditional like t-shirts and mugs, or do you focus on kind of one specific product set?
Yeah, so we've looked into like mugs and stuff, but because we don't kind of make it ourselves, we've never really bothered. Recently, we've only just started outsourcing, for like getting like manufacturers on stuff like Alibaba and stuff like that. So we've started to really manufacture our products because we've come to the conclusion that doing t-shirts is great and stuff, but the time it takes to actually print a t-shirt, you're talking 5 to 10 minutes. And if my business partner's doing it, obviously he can do it a bit quicker. He's so like, he knows everything with printers, so it's very easy for him. But I've got a beef with him actually, because when I get back from this pod, get back from Greece, he's going to be away. So
really?
I've got to do all that. So it's going to be a nightmare, but yeah, it's just the time aspect. So printing t-shirts and stuff, you can make decent money, but it's just time. And like you always say, it's the time, isn't it, that you need. And with Etsy dropshipping, it's like you can have a store running and you can make your first sale in a few days, even organically.
Yeah, literally.
Even like how much like the bands are like increasing a little bit now, you can still run it up.
I still think it's the easiest way for
Definitely.
a complete beginner to make 5-10k profit, like nothing. Like make their first internet money. It's the easiest way, because with like Shopify dropshipping, you've got to basically invest thousands and tens of hours to even get to like the one sale mark. Like it takes such a huge amount of like money and also time investment to get to that point. Whereas Etsy dropshipping, you don't have the product, you don't have anything. You just sat at a computer, you find a kind of cool product, you list it, and it just gets a sale so easily.
Yeah.
Whereas with the print on demand stuff, the way you're doing it, it's like a lot more effort for the payoff.